They call it the great pause of life. A moment when heart's slow, breath becomes a whisper. Everything outside seems to go to sleep, wrapped in a white blanket of snow. But this isn't death, it's survival. Quiet, astonishing endurance is written into the DNA of life itself. Close your eyes. And imagine the world growing quiet. Soft and endless, the snows begin to fall, wrapping the earth in silence. The rivers slow. The air stilled. While life, in deep slumber, beneath frozen grounds does sleep. It was the beginning of the great winter sleep, an ancient rhythm older than humankind. Each winter, over forests and fields, mountains and marshes, millions of creatures heed a quiet biological imperative, to slow down, to pause, to endure. For some, it's a long, unbroken sleep that lasts for months. To others, it's a gentle half-sleep, a drowsy rhythm of waking and resting. But the reason is always the same: to survive the cold when food disappears and the world turns still. Hibernation is one of nature's most extraordinary survival tools. It isn't just sleep. It's transformation, deep, biological magic that allows life to go on when everything else stops. Heartbeats fade. Breathing becomes rare. The body's temperature drops to near freezing. And yet, in that quietude, the miracle of life still hums quietly below the surface. In bears, the heart rate slows from 50 beats per minute to less than 10. The body temperature of tiny Arctic ground squirrels goes below zero, which is colder than ice, yet they survive. Even frogs, frozen solid beneath the snow, will wake again when spring sunlight melts the frost around them. To the casual eye, they appear lifeless. But nature has written inside them a different story, one of patience, balance, and breathtaking resilience. It is a behavior scientists believe has evolved as an elegant answer to scarcity, a way to bridge the gap between seasons of plenty and times of famine. Instead of fighting the cold, these creatures learn to flow with it. To move in harmony with the rhythm of Earth herself. Every heartbeat, each cell, slows in sync with the quiet song of winter. Metabolism slows to nearly zero, conserving much-needed energy. Muscles do not atrophy. Organs repair. While, deep inside, time seems to stand still. It's a lesson written into the code of life. When the world gets tough, stillness can be a strength. Rest can be survival. And silence, far from being empty, can hold the deepest kind of wisdom. And as you listen now, feel your own breath matching the rhythm of this ancient cycle. In and out. Slow and calm. You share the same earth that sleeps through winter, the same pattern guiding all life, from the tiniest insect under the bark to the big bear dreaming in its den. The great winter sleep is not only a story of animals. It's a reminder that life has the ability to adapt, rest, and restart. And as the night deepens around you, perhaps your body, too, remembers that ancient wisdom, the quiet truth that rest is not the opposite of life, but one of its most beautiful forms. Bears are among nature's most mysterious sleepers. They do not eat, drink, nor move for several months. Their hearts slow. Their temperature decreases. Their muscles soften but never fade. And yet, through the long hush of winter they remain perfectly alive. Unlike smaller hibernators, bears do not freeze or reach the edge of death. They hover in a delicate balance, a slow, sustained dream that scientists term torpor. It's a halfway state between waking and deep hibernation, designed for endurance. During this time the bear's heart rate may slow from 50 beats per minute to as few as 8. Its breathing slows down until minutes sometimes pass between exhalations. But somehow, the bear's body remains stable, recycling its own waste, preserving its muscles, and even repairing tissue as it rests. And then the most astonishing part. She gives birth while the mother sleeps. In the still darkness of her den, tiny cubs are born, no larger than teacups, blind and hairless, their eyes sealed shut. They crawl toward her warmth, guided by instinct and scent alone. They nurse while she dreams, their small hearts beating fast beside her slow one. And though she does not wake, she shifts just enough to keep them close, to keep them safe. Across the sleeping world, in burrow, den, and hollow hidden, life's cadence slows to a whisper. Hibernation is not a rest, it is a transformation of time itself. With every heartbeat, with every breath, it stretches longer, farther apart, until eventually the line between living and dreaming starts to blur. In a laboratory, a scientist listens to the heart of a hibernating ground squirrel. Each beat is a faint, patient echo, one, then a long silence, then another. The body temperature of the squirrel has dropped almost to freezing. Its blood flows slowly through veins that carry just enough oxygen to keep its organs alive. It uses less than 1/20th of the energy it needs in summer. And yet, nothing inside it is broken. Its cells wait quietly, as though the whole body has learned the art of stillness. The heart is the center of this magic. When animals hibernate, their hearts adapt in ways that once seemed impossible. In bears, the thick muscle of the heart continues to contract, but each beat is drawn out, gentle, unhurried. In tiny bats and hedgehogs, the pulse becomes nearly invisible, a quiet thread keeping time with the cold. With every heartbeat, a promise is made, I am still here. In studying these rhythms, scientists have found that hibernation isn't just about energy conservation, it's also a way of protecting oneself from harm. During this suspended state, animals reduce the risk of cellular damage, inflammation, and stress. Some even repair themselves while they sleep. Muscle fibers are rebuilt. Organs rest and recover. The immune system resets. In the silence, the body becomes a caretaker unto itself. Humans have glimpsed this secret in rare moments. Mountaineers buried by avalanches, children pulled out of icy lakes, their bodies chilled almost to the point of death, return again when warmth is restored. Doctors call it the mammalian dive reflex or therapeutic hypothermia. Nature simply calls it remembering what it means to wait. To hibernate is to trust time. It's letting go of constant motion and allowing the heart to slow. Not as a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. The body knows that energy may be economized, that silence can cure, that life can withdraw into stillness and reappear refreshed. Even within us, its antique cadence lingers on. Our own heartbeats shift with the seasons, with light, with rest. When we are deeply asleep, our temperature drops, our pulse eases, and the mind goes into its own kind of hibernation, not to avoid the cold, but to restore the balance. The pause between heartbeats is the pause between worlds. A narrow, silent place where time has stood still. Where life becomes something deeper, slower, and wiser. It is in this pause that survival begins. And when the heart beats again, it carries forward not only the rhythm of the body, but the memory of all that was waiting in the silence. When spring's sunlight finally melts the snow, she'll emerge thinner, weaker, but with new life in her paws. Life that began in silence. Life born inside a dream. Scientists still study how bears survive this impossible feat. Their bodies recycle nitrogen from waste to preserve muscle tissue, something that could one day help bedridden patients or even astronauts in space. Their bones don't lose density despite months of stillness, a mystery that could reshape medicine. And through it all, their hearts never stop. They merely learn to wait. Every winter, the bear teaches the same quiet lesson. Strength isn't always motion. Power isn't always noise. At times, to survive is to let go, to allow nature's rhythm to get you through the cold. So as you listen, imagine her, deep beneath layers of snow, the forest asleep above her. Breathing once every minute. Dreaming in slow time. Keeping the heartbeat of spring alive through the deepest part of winter. Because the bear's secret is not only in how she sleeps, it's how she keeps living through the stillness. A reminder that even in our quietest moments, life still moves softly beneath the surface, waiting for the warmth to return. In the far northern forests, where the air sharpens with frost and ponds glaze over with ice, the wood frog starts its quiet descent into winter. It doesn't migrate south or burrow deep underground. Instead, It burrows under fallen leaves to a layer just below the snow and waits for cold to set in. When the temperature goes down, the body of the frog starts freezing. Its skin stiffens, its muscles lock, and ice crystals form inside its veins. One by one, its organs shut down, the heart stops beating, the lungs fall silent, and the brain ceases to send signals. The creature is gone to almost any observer. Yet, within this stillness, nature has written a secret. Just before freezing, the frog's liver floods its bloodstream with glucose, a natural sugar that spreads through its cells like invisible armor. This sugar acts as an antifreeze, keeping water inside the cells from freezing solid and possibly tearing them apart. Its body turns to a sculpture of ice, but its cells remain protected, intact, preserved in perfect pause. Through the long months of winter, the frog stays this way. Rigid, breathless, and looking like lifeless. A frozen being lying beneath the snow. No heartbeat, no movement, no thought. But deep inside, the chance for life is perfectly still, waiting. When spring sunlight starts to return, the frozen world around it begins to melt. The ground thaws, the air temperature rises, and the ice inside the frog's body starts to melt. Water again flows through its veins. First to wake up are the cells, then the organs. At last, the heart flutters, once, twice, and then beats steadily. The lungs draw in air. The eyes open. And the frog, which had been frozen solid, starts moving again. It is alive. Alive after months of being encased in ice. To scientists, it is a masterpiece in biological engineering. The use of glucose as a cryoprotectant enables the frog to survive the temperatures that would kill virtually any other vertebrate on Earth. Its body undergoes complete freezing, then reverses it, without a hitch. This process, called freeze tolerance, offers insights that extend far beyond the forest floor. The researchers who study these frogs are hoping to learn a technique for better preserving human organs awaiting transplant, for protecting cells during extreme cold, and perhaps even one day putting humans into a state of safe, suspended animation for long space journeys. But beyond the science, there's a kind of quiet wisdom in this creature's story. Where we see the stillness of death, nature shows us the patience of survival. The frog doesn't resist winter. It surrenders to it, trusting that the sun will return, that warmth will come again. And when it does, the frog rises from the ice, blinking in the light. A small silent miracle, evidence that even in the most frozen of silences, life remembers how to begin again. Not all hibernators live beneath the snow. Some drift through clouds, or glide beneath waves, and find rest in manners almost defying the definition of sleep. High above forests and deep below oceans, life continues to slow itself, softly, skillfully, guided by the same ancient instinct to endure. One of the smallest of these sleepers is the hummingbird. Its wings beat 80 times a second, its heart faster still. By day, it consumes energy like fire. But at night, as the air grows cool, the hummingbird begins to enter a sort of delicate trance, called torpor. Its body temperature drops, its heartbeat fades from 1,000 beats per minute to fewer than 50, and its bright energy disappears into stillness. It clings to a branch like a fallen leaf, silent and unmoving until the sun returns. At dawn, warmth stirs its blood again, and in minutes it is awake, a tiny heart reborn with every sunrise. Far from the forests, out on the open sea, other creatures have mastered their own forms of rest. Whales and dolphins cannot completely stop breathing, for they would drown, yet they still find a way to sleep. They shut down half their brain at a time, one side to wake up and rise for air, the other to drift into gentle dreams. It is the rhythm of awareness and surrender, a perfect balance between safety and stillness. On coral reefs, parrotfish cocoon themselves every night in translucent cocoons, soft bubbles of mucus that mask their scent from predators. Under the Arctic ice, the seals rest within air pockets, their bodies cooled, their movements minimum. Down in the deep ocean trenches, where no sun ever reaches, living forms slow down their pulses to meet the crushing silence on the outside. The methods differ, but the purpose is the same. To conserve, to restore, to survive the long rhythms of nature. In air and water, mountain and meadow alike, the message of hibernation stirs through every living thing, that rest is not escape but continuation. Scientists studying these sleepers are discovering amazing truths. A torpid hummingbird uses almost the same metabolic tricks as does a hibernating mammal. A dolphin's brainwave patterns when half asleep resemble those of bears during winter dormancy. Evolution has written variations of one song across species and environments. It is a song of stillness, of careful slowness, of endurance through surrender. If you could listen closely enough, you might hear it. A breathing planet in its sleep. Mountains that hold snow. Oceans pulsating with unseen hearts. Branches bending softly in the moonlight, while small lives dream upon them. Even the sky and sea know how to rest. And in their quiet rhythms, they remind us of something we often forget, that the strength of life is not only in movement, but in the calm areas between it. Deep inside every hibernating creature is a quiet brilliance, a mastery of biology so precise that it borders on the miraculous. Sleeping through winter is not just about resting, it's about rewriting the rules of life altogether. The body becomes both doctor and patient, saving its strength while performing repairs that only stillness allows. Muscles in a bear's den remain strong despite months of disuse. This is also the case in smaller animals, such as squirrels, hedgehogs, bats. While their bodies grow cold and still, their tissues do not waste away. In a way, they recycle themselves, breaking down proteins into nutrients and rebuilding them again. It's a perfect cycle, a living equation of balance. The process begins with energy. Most animals starve to death once the food is gone. But hibernators shift their metabolism into a lower gear. They draw fuel from fat reserves, converting it so slowly that a single meal from autumn can last until spring. Their organs follow suit, heart, liver, kidneys, all adjusting in harmony. The blood even changes, flowing thicker and slower to protect the body from freezing. Inside cells, chemistry itself is changed. Oxidation, the very process that normally ages and damages tissue, nearly comes to a standstill. DNA repair accelerates. Free radicals fade. In some animals, the immune system just shuts down, thus preventing unnecessary conflict within the body. When the warmth returns, everything wakes up, as if nothing at all happened. No fatigue, no harm, only renewal. The scientists started to look at this phenomenon more closely, wondering what meaning it could have for us. Could humans somehow learn the same art of preservation if a bear can sleep months without losing strength? If a squirrel can protect its brain from cold and oxygen loss, could that knowledge save lives during surgery, strokes, or space travel? Already, doctors have used therapeutic hypothermia to mimic the process in emergencies, keeping patients cool to slow the metabolism and prevent brain damage. It works because the principle underneath it is universally applicable: slow down the rhythm, and the body has time to heal. Nature doesn't waste energy. Every molecule is measured, every breath deliberated. In hibernation, life becomes a perfect study in efficiency, the sort of quiet intelligence evolution writes not in thought, but in pattern. Maybe this is why hibernation feels so symbolic, even to us. It reflects a deeper truth, that survival is not only about endurance but also adaptation. When the world gets tough, sometimes the best answer isn't to fight, the best answer is to wait, and listen, and trust in life's design. The bear sleeping in its den, the frog frozen in the mud, the bat folded beneath the cave, all carry the same lesson. Stillness may protect. Rest can rebuild. Silence can sustain. And when the thaw at last comes, what awakens is not weakness but strength refined by patience, the quiet proof that survival is as much about peace as it is about power. For centuries, hibernating animals have been watched by humans with a kind of reverent envy. Something deep within us is stirred by the very notion that life can hit the pause button, that a body can slow down almost to stillness and then return, unchanged. It feels like magic, but it's science, a glimpse of what might, one day, be possible for us too. They are not only looking backward into evolution when scientists study hibernation but also toward the edges of human potential. They refer to this practice as cryonics or suspended animation, the possibility of preserving life by slowing down its rhythm until time itself becomes irrelevant. The dream began as imagination, frozen explorers, sleeping astronauts, travelers crossing galaxies in deep stasis. But with every winter, nature shows us that this dream is indeed a reality. The bear that hibernates for months. The frog that freezes solid. The squirrel whose heartbeat almost disappears. Each is a living proof that life can stop without ending. Scientists have already begun to imitate this quiet technology of nature in research laboratories worldwide. They cool the bodies of animals, mice, pigs, even primates, to near freezing temperatures, slowing their hearts, their breath, their metabolism. They wake, unharmed, upon rewarming. It's not hibernation, not yet, in the truest sense, but it is close, a human echo of an ancient rhythm. The potential is extraordinary. If we could safely slow the human body in the same way, doctors could perform long, delicate surgeries without risk of tissue damage. One day, astronauts may journey to other parts of the solar system not as conscious passengers but as sleepers, their own biology slowed for protection. Organ transplants could last far longer, and critical injuries could be paused until help arrives. The trick has something to do with the same cellular magic that hibernators use: how to shield tissue from ice, how to safeguard DNA, how to restart the heart once time is turned back on. They investigate antifreeze proteins in Arctic fish, sugar molecules in frogs, and the bizarre resilience of tardigrades, tiny creatures that actually dry up completely, yet revive with a drop of water. Each of these clues brings us closer to understanding how to safely cross the boundary between life and suspension. And yet, even as science moves forward, there is something deeply philosophical in that pursuit. Hibernation and cryonics ask the same question: what is life, when time stands still? If the essence of life is rhythm, heartbeat, breath, pulse, then perhaps to slow that rhythm is not to defy life, but to deepen it. Some scientists think induced torpor, a state of hibernation for humans that could shield us from radiation, disease, or trauma, might be medicine's future. Others dream of faraway missions, where crews drift, silent and in preservation, through the dark of space, dreaming between worlds. And when they wake, hours, years, or centuries later, they may remember that this vision began not in machines or metal, but within the quiet dens of bears, in the frozen hearts of frogs, in the patient wisdom of Earth itself. Nature has already shown us that sleep can be survival. And that stillness can carry life across time. Cryonics is how humanity listens to that ancient lesson, and wondering just how far our own hibernation dreams might go. Every heartbeat on Earth follows a rhythm, not only the quick rhythm of life, but the slow rhythm of the seasons. This rhythm is older than language, older than memory. It's the quiet turning of the planet under the sun, which dictates sleep and wakefulness for all living things. When the light starts to fade, the air cools, and food becomes scarce, animals feel an invisible signal, a whisper from the earth itself: it's time to rest. Hormones change inside their bodies. Metabolism slows. Some sort of calm sets deep in their cells. The bear picks the final berries. The bat finds the hidden cave. The hedgehog curls up under fallen leaves. Each one of them prepares for the long night that lies ahead. This is not laziness. It's perfect timing, a synchrony between life and planet. It teaches endurance every winter, and then it teaches renewal every spring. The trees stop their growth and wait. The rivers slow beneath the ice. The air stops. And yet, nothing is ever quite still. Stillness outside belies the hum of life beneath the frost, waiting for its cue to awaken. For the Arctic ground squirrel, that cue may come months later. Its temperature drops so low that it becomes colder than ice. And yet somehow, its blood stays liquid, poised on that precarious edge of being. When spring light touches the horizon again, its body stirs. Tiny muscles twitch, blood flows, warmth returns. The rhythm starts afresh. Humans once lived closer to this pulse. Our ancestors rose with the dawn, rested with the dusk, and felt the seasons as part of their own breath. Winter meant slowing down, sharing warmth, conserving energy. Now, our cities glow through the night, our days blur together, and the old rhythm is lost beneath the eternal hum of motion. But it's still there in the way we tire sooner in winter, in the comfort of quiet nights, in the urge to pause and reflect. Nature doesn't fight the dark season, it moves with it. To hibernate is to have faith that the world will come back. To rest is to believe in renewal. Every animal that hibernates through winter holds this very same trust. Because the cold is not an end, but a passage. That even in silence, life is composing its next song. And when spring finally breaks, it's no miracle, it's the next beat in a rhythm that never stopped. And if we listen closely, even in our warm homes, we can feel it too, the deep, timeless pulse of earth, calling us to slow down, to rest, to breathe in time with the turning of the seasons. Under this gentle white blanket of winter lies a world that is still breathing. It's quiet, almost silent, but it's not empty. Just below the surface, between the snow and frozen ground, there exists a secret layer called the subnivean zone. It's a fragile, glowing underworld where residual heat remains, and life hangs on. Here, tiny tunnels weave through ice crystals and roots. Trapped by snow, the air above acts as insulation, a thin shield from the brutal cold above. Voles and mice move softly through these passages, whiskers touching frozen moss. They cache seeds, gnaw bark, and spend entire winters never seeing the sky. Above, owls perch, listening to the faintest rustle that happens down beneath. Every movement, every breath, is a silent form of survival. Even the insects have their secret shelters. Ladybugs huddle inside hollow logs. Butterflies, in their chrysalis stage, sleep through the storm, wings waiting, folded in time. Some spiders hide in silken burrows, bodies chilled but alive, dreaming of spring. And in the ponds, something miraculous is happening, too. The frogs lie frozen, hearts stilled. The fish drift along near the bottom, where the water is just warm enough to flow. They move slowly, their energy measured, their patience infinite. This frozen world is not dead, it's just breathing in a slower rhythm. If you could stand beneath the snow and listen, you might hear the small heartbeats of mice. The shifting of roots. The faint crack of ice expanding and contracting. The winter earth speaking in whispers. Above, the trees seem perfectly still. The branches are heavy with frost. The air unmoving. The complete silence. But below, life holds its breath waiting, conserving, remembering warmth. As the first melt gets underway, the subnivean tunnels flood with light. Snow softens, water trickles, and the frozen world exhales. Voles burst into daylight. Frogs wake up. The cycle continues. To sleep beneath the snow is to yield to nature's trust, to believe that warmth will return, that time will move again. It's the most ancient promise given from all life on earth. It is never really still, even in deep silence. Everything under the snow is part of that stillness. And when spring finally comes, the earth does not abruptly awaken, it simply opens its eyes. As if from a long, peaceful dream.